Hey Flosstube, welcome back. My name's Lorraine and you're at my cross stitch channel, Shanebrick Cottage. Hope everyone had a great Memorial Day weekend. Today is Tuesday, May 27th. And I won't lie, I did not want to go to work today. It was so nice having 3 days off. I got so much done, so much crafting goodness done. Not as much as I wanted. My list was long, but I do have, let me look here. 4 fully finished items. And I have a previous finish I want to show you for cross stitch. I have 2 previous smaller quilting projects I wanted to show you. I have some other items that are prepped and almost ready to get fully finished. I just need some sticky board, and maybe after I get that done, then figure out my frame size. I have a new start. I had a Memorial Day start, and I have some progress on a whip. So the things I didn't get done is my goal was to get fully done with the 2 quilts that have been just laying around here needing some attention. I did not get that done. I did put 2 more hours in on quilting. So I'm getting close to being done, but I'm still not done quilting Star of Wonder. But next week, Abby and I are going to start a new quilt that I'm going to share with you today. And I want to pull out a quilt I was working on last year, that a flag quilt that I want to pull out and work on some more this year. And then I got my first block of the month. So I have a lot I want to do and not enough hours. So if anyone knows how I can just be a full-time cross stitcher, quilter, and not have to work for a living, that would be amazing. Please let me know. But barring that, I guess I will have to keep my quilting adventures and sewing and stitching to the evenings and the weekends, and really look forward to those long weekends when we get a lot of time. So without much further ado, let's start with, let's do my previous cross stitch finish. So this is from last year. This, I believe, is a stitching with the Housewives pattern. And this was on some Aida I hand dyed myself with the called for Classic Colorworks floss. Finished it with some board and then mounted it on a piece of wood. I need to put some hanging apparatus on the back here so I can hang it on the wall during the summer. Right now I just kind of lean it up against something. But I'm really happy with it. It's really pretty. I loved working on this fabric. In the colors, I love the colors so much. So that was a previous finish. And then my other previous finishes are quilty finishes. So this is a table topper that I made. I don't know, it's probably been a couple years. I don't have this one dated. This pattern was in a kit. I used to get kits by Annie, and this was one of the table topper patterns. And this was a fabric bundle that I think, I don't know if this came in like a Sew Sampler box or something. I want to say it's a Kimberbell fabric. I know it was like a Fat Ace, I think. I don't remember. Sorry, I don't know much, but it's really pretty, and I pulled it out and it's on the table right now for summertime. Then I just used a plain navy on the back, and it looks like I did hand stitch the binding down in the back. So that's pretty and I like it. Just gonna set these on the floor. And then I have 2 of these. This is the bigger of the 2. I think I made these last year. And I believe this was a Fat Eighth bundle from, I don't even know. Sorry. And I think the pattern was Scattershot by Primrose Cottage. And this sits underneath our TV. And then I have a smaller one that sits next to me on the little end table next to me, my little stitching area. So that's pretty, very pretty fabric. Great pattern. I've also used this pattern to make like some Christmas type runner table toppers. And this one, whoops, I got a loose thread there. This one I did machine bind. So there's that. Now, next I have my fully finished cross stitch. Yay! Let me do a public service announcement first. I don't know why I'm putting my glasses on. I have nothing to read, but I feel like I need them. So, I have a boo-boo here. I don't know if you can see how bad it is. The glue gun, I should know better. I have these little silicone things, and I know I should wear them when I'm working with the glue gun, but I think, oh, it's just a drop of glue. It's not going to be that bad. I'm not going to get it on me. It burned so bad that it immediately blistered, and the blister broke open and bled immediately. So let me show you my glue gun. I don't know if this is a plus or a con of this glue gun. I'm just letting you know how stinking hot it gets. So this is the one I have. Maybe that's why I put my glasses on. It's a Gorilla glue gun. See if it says anything on here. Incredibly strong. I don't know. Dual temp. It's a mess. I've got glue all over it. But let me tell you, and it uses the big glue stick. This is a great glue gun. Like, it gets hot, it stays hot, it's like amazing, but also dangerous. So just keep that in mind when you're using a glue gun. So here is, I think this is one of my favorite finishes. Here is Bobbin, my first animal cracker by Stacy Nash. And I finished on this spool that I had picked up somewhere, and I wrapped some heavy floss type yarn on here, ran it through the pin cushion. I added these little buttons, and at first I just stitched them on, and then let me hold that closer, and then I loosely tied the knot on the bow so you could see the thread. But as I was fiddling and setting this up, they were coming loose. So that's where I got the glue gun out, and I put a little dot of glue behind the buttons. And then I have a dowel going through Bobbin, and I hand stitched him close on the bottom, or her. And then I did have to use a spot of glue to hold down on the spool, because the this part here, this pillowy part here, this is all polyfill, was pushing up so you could see the dowel rod, and I didn't like that, so a little drop of glue held it down. And then it's backed in fig tree stitch fabric, the same for the little basket of berries. This one I did fill with some walnut shells and some polyfill. I did slit this one open in the back. I put a piece of coordinating stitch fabric over the hole, and then I put a little another piece of stitch fabric cut in a heart and attached it, sewed it down with a button to hold that all in place. I did use some hot glue to permanently attach this so it stays together. And I couldn't be happier with it, and I'm looking forward to starting my next cracker. And these buttons I just had in my button jar. I just picked through to find enough that matched. There isn't a button on every, I don't know if these are like supposed to be cherries or apples. I don't know what they're supposed to be, but the buttons are too big to put on everything, and it was crowded, so I just kind of did like every other. And then up here, I decided just to put one button back here and leave these two without. And I think it turned out really adorable, really adorable. So there's finish number one. It was worth it. It was worth the glue gun pain. Here is my second finish. And I'm sorry, I didn't pull out the cards to tell you what any of this pattern is. If you really want to know, you just drop me a note. I do have cards on everything, and I can look it up and I can tell you. It's not a problem. But everything is stitched on 14 count. This one I believe is my own adventure on the flower as far as the colors. Thanks mostly Classic Color Works. I made it into a well-stuffed pillow with walnut shells. I used this fabric on the back. I know this is a Joann's fabric because it was on the selvage. I hand stitched on some baby rickrack. And I put a 2025 charm on there with some tiny little Lori Holt buttons. This is going to go in the category cross stitch pillows at the county fair. This one is on the fence on what category I might have. I'm gonna submit online that it is a stuffed animal, and then when I get there I will ask them if I need to switch the category because I don't know really where it fits in, because it's not a frame piece, it's not a pillow because I have the spool there. I'm thinking stuffed animal, so we'll see where that goes. This is going to be this is my small. So a frame small is anything under 6 inches stitch. So this is under 6 inches. It's a Lizzie Kate pattern. I use this little tobacco basket, and I will have to add some wiring. I got a little glue there, a little wiring so it can be hung, so it can be considered a picture. And I just use some fabric, polka dot fabric. I know this one here is a Layla Boutique Dots. I'm not sure where this mustard yellow is, what brand of fabric that is. It's right. Let's see if it's on the selvage here, if I have any. I don't have a selvage, so I don't know what that is. I still have my scrap fat. I have my room, hot mess. Like, I was in here a lot, and there's just stuff everywhere, like projects everywhere that I was working on. So I won't lie. I mean, I think this is pretty, but it's not my favorite finish. I think it's the colors. I'm not really into these deeper colors here, but it went, and so I went with that. Again, 2025 charm, buttons. This button here is really cool. This big green button, again, it was in my button jar. I'm not sure where it came from, but it says on it, around it, Flossie. So I thought that was cool, and then I glued a yellow mustardy button on top of it. So there's that one. That's going to go in my small. This one is, you know, I'm very happy with this one. This one is just under 12 inches, so it will go in the medium category. This is Suffrage Act Proclaimed by Little House Needleworks, Classic Color Works, a 14 count Aida that I used some gray Rit dye and some tea on to get the coloring. I previous mentioned I left off the very bottom of the chart with some brickwork. I left off because I was slightly off on my count and it wasn't going to work out. But otherwise everything else is fine and perfect. I added some buttons and a charm. This frame I got at the thrift store. There's no glass on it. I've got a couple different, this is why I'm out of mat board. So this one, America the Beautiful, this fabric here is from Lori Holt's Americana line in blue. This smaller one, or in red, the smaller one in blue is the same, just in blue, and I chose to showcase the Star Spangled Banner wording. This is a piece of lacy trim. It was on a spool I had from Simplicity, so I guess that would be from Joann's. And then I finished the back really nice and neat. I put the paper on the back. Steve helped me. This is kind of janky. This was on one of the ends, and he removed it for me, and then I put it back on. That's why it's janky. I should have let him do it. My thing's all squished. But it will hang up. It's fine. I didn't pull it out because I was afraid that I would like splinter the frame or something. And then I did a little Lori Holt card with all the information, or like, I don't think these are Lori Holt cards. They're Lori Holt inspired. They're library cards from Amazon. And I'm super proud of this one. I really hope this one wins a ribbon, but if it doesn't matter because I love it so much. and it's going to be hung up year-round in our house. I'm just super proud of it. I love it so much. I hope you guys love it too. Just so pretty. So those were my finishes. I cannot believe how long it takes me to finish something. When I look at it, I'm like, oh, how long could that take? But it like takes me forever to pick whatever I want to do and then, you know, burn myself with the glue gun. Then I have, let me set this up here because I'm afraid I don't want it to get broke. Then I have some more items that I did not get finished, but I have plans. So let me show you my plans. Well, this one, that one I'm still thinking about, so we'll just set that one aside. This one here, I need more board, but I've got that kind of pinned how I want it. And these are the two fabrics I'm going to use with it. So I think the pink is going to go directly behind it, and then the blue is going to be bigger behind it. And then I think I'm going to try and get online to that Art to Frame or Frame to Art or whatever the website is. I've never used it. I have it saved in my notes. And look for a frame for this guy. And this is something, I think I will get a piece of glass or maybe plexiglass to cover it, because I think I'm going to put this on the kitchen table year round. So I'm excited about that color combination. This one here is for my mom. So Mom, if you're looking, so I got this fully stitched. That was a fun stitch. And these are the colors I picked. Mom, do you like these colors? So I thought I would use the green and the black and get this matted and framed up, and then see what size of frame I need after I get it matted. So I thought that turned out really pretty. So those, and then this one here I'm still thinking about. So I'll just set these aside. So hopefully those will be finishes sooner than later after I order some sticky board. I haven't ordered any yet. Now I have a whip that I worked on. And I didn't tell you guys, thanks so much for coming back and saying hi to me. I do appreciate you coming in and saying hi. And if you haven't already, if you would just take a minute to give my video a like, and if you're not a subscriber, if you would subscribe, that would be totally cool and awesome, because I function on gold stars and Pepsi and iced tea, but mostly gold stars. So the thumbs up and the subscribes are my gold stars. So thanks. So now back to our regular scheduled program. So here is what I worked on. I like this pattern a lot. The hard pattern must be my files because I didn't want it to get bent. So here's just a little printed copy of what it looks like. And then I have it scanned into the iPad. And it's a great pattern. I love it. I don't think I'm loving the colors. They're not as vibrant as I like, but they're pretty. So I finished this one. I was working on this one, and then I started and finished this one. And then of course I started this one. And then when this is, and then I can start the words, and then the second row of stars, barn stars. And this is the color, I mean, the color palette is really beautiful. But on here, I don't know what it is. It just, to me, it looks a little washed out. It looks a little 1980-ish. Maybe it's that blue and pink combination. That dusty rose and country blue that we all loved in the 80s. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to getting this done and hung up in here, because you are the boss of your own quilt. And then yesterday, even though like I had about 18 million other things I should have been doing, I did do a new start. I was watching a ton of Flosstube all weekend, and I don't even know who said it. Oh, I need to get my Memorial Day start. And I was like, yes, please, I need to get one. So I got out this new one that I just showed you guys. This pattern, this older pattern that I just got with the patriotic color conversion. And I mean, I literally just pulled this out last night. You can see I didn't even floss drop my floss. They're all still on the skeins, but I was determined to get working on it. I didn't cut my fabric or serge it, which I almost always do. And here's the top. So I'm in the top left. And I do have 2 needles and 2 different colors threads going. Really neat how these 2 pinkish reds, at first they don't look that different than each other, but then as you start to put them together on the flower, there is that subtle difference that makes it beautiful. So I worked on this last night, and I'll work on this again tonight. At some point, I do have a couple extra inches I don't need that I can cut off of this. This is a piece of, but I did make the time to make fill out a little card. So this is Patriotic Flea Market Flowers by Lori Holt, 14 count vintage country mocha, and I'm using the DMC floss pack. A good size stitch, especially for me, 153 by 169. And then while I have it here, I thought I'd show you my boards. So I have 2 Lori Holt boards here. And you know that I made my own boards, but they're not as pretty as Lori Holt boards. So I'm using hers. But I was inspired. So I got my little bird's nest up in this corner. But on this little one of hers, like these needle minders, how do I want to put this? They're heavy. And so I don't put them on the fabric because I stitch in hand, and so they flop around, but I want to use them like this big one. Like this holds the floss strap rings when I use the floss straps, and then this is holding needles. I took a piece of a jelly roll strip, just a piece of one, and I literally just stitched it directly onto my board using a denim needle. And then it gave something for my magnets to connect to. Because it would go through the board, but it wasn't secure enough, it would fall off. And this way I'm not losing my needle minders down in the sofa or my stuff. And I just thought that is a really nice thing. I like that. That's working out. And then I usually just have the 2 boards sitting on each other. And I just sit this on my lap while I work. So I hope that tip helps you if you struggle with the same issues. I don't have, what do I want to say? I don't have like a stand or anything I'm using in front of me. I just kind of sit it on my lap, and then like my tablet is usually on the armrest between Steve and I with the pattern zoomed in, and then I can just mark it off as I go. Is usually how I operate, and then I keep my drink on the right side on the little end table so I don't spill anything on my fabrics. So that's my method. So there's that, and then I have a little bit of haul to share with you guys. Where did I put, oh, it's over here. I got 2 boxes today. So speaking of haul, this is on my future wish list. So I printed this off. Look at this fabric line, and my printer didn't print the colors as vibrantly as they are online, perhaps. Maybe I'll insert a video, or not a video, a photo here to see if it looks better on a photo versus my printout. But this is on my wish list. I want to get this fabric. It's coming out in January. It's called Linda Rose. It's a Moda fabric. I don't know who the designer is, but I wanted to share that with you guys. I thought that was super pretty. I really enjoyed watching the Fat Quarter Shops video that showed all the up and coming fabrics. A lot of fabrics are going to get released in December and January when I have $0 to spend. But it's really nice. So anyway, here, this I'm super excited about. I didn't get any further than I accidentally ripped it when I opened the package. So this is brand new. This is Make It Merry Block of the Month, Block 1. I just, I'll just rip it off. So this is a monthly kit that I'm going to get between now and I think October. So here it is. This is what it's going to look like. It's so pretty. Make It Merry by Lamb Farm Designs. Here's the fabric that's in this package. And let's see what else. Oh, and here's more fabric. This must be all the fabric in the line. a little bit deeper, darker colors than I normally gravitate towards, and not as whimsical, but it really called me. And I thought this was a really unique layout to make it kind of, you know, it kind of gives you that wreath, that circle, even though it's not really a circle. I like it. So I get the, let's see, I've got printed colored instructions. This is for a confident beginner. And let's see. So it looks like I have all the instructions for all the months are in here, because there's the finishing instructions. All written like you would expect a pattern from the Fat Quarter Shop. I don't know if they wrote it or if somebody else wrote it, but it's all color. It looks like step by step. Looks like I got some little gift tags. I can use those as little fluff straps. I got some, oh, what would you call these? Like alphabetties? And I thought I saw something, I thought I saw a sticker or something somewhere. Did I drop it? Did I imagine it? I won't worry about it. And then here is the fabrics to make my first block, which will look like that. So ask me when I'm going to do this. I have no idea, but I'm super excited and I really should do it this month. Then I got, I don't know, I'm just like looking around. Then I got in my box, I ordered a ½ yard of this fabric. And there was some cute fabric on sale this week I wanted so bad. Like I even had it in my cart, but I didn't buy it because I'd already spent my limit, so I couldn't. But this I got because I just couldn't resist the vintagey pink Christmas tree, so that's just going to go into the stash. And then I got a coupon for, I think if I got 3 patterns, I got like 20% off. So I picked up this pattern that I've been wanting for a while. This is called the Strawberry Patch by October House. This one, Pumpkins Word Swap by Stitching with the Housewives. I just love those blue denim looking pumpkins. And then this one I've been eyeballing for a long time, and I finally ordered it. A Hands-on Designs, a year celebration, so a little motif for every month. Just super dear. So I don't think I'll be stitching any of these anytime soon. This one definitely, though, I want to add to this year for fall. But as I was going through my basket, looking at my upcoming projects for summer, I realized I have a lot of fall. Fall must be my favorite season to stitch. So I don't know if I can add another fall one this year. This I'm going to set aside. This is a freebie that I printed out on Riley Blake's website. I printed it out because I really like, so like this is a panel, which I don't have the panel, and I'm not looking to get the panel, but I do have this fabric line. But I love this setting for the panel, these hearts and just these double borders. And I thought that this could be used on really any panel that would, you know, lean itself towards a heart design, because I like hearts. And I'm always kind of at a loss. What do I do with a panel? So this was just a free panel or a free pattern on their website that you can download. And it just shows you how to put it together. So I thought that might be a great resource that somebody else might be interested in. So I'm just going to put that in my folder that has my quilt patterns. Then I did, this is more of that fabric by that You and Me. And you've seen this already, not the layer cake or the stacker, but I do have this in a jelly roll. I did just get a quilt kit that has a lot of this red in it that I'm pulling out for another pattern that I want to show you. And I think that's why I keep looking around the room, because I don't know where I put it, that I want to show you. I'm thinking, since I do have a good bit of this collection now, I'm thinking that maybe I'll do a jelly roll rug with this, with my jelly roll, And then I'll use this stacker for a smaller, like twin size, like free layer cake pattern from Fat Quarter Shop. And then if I get my hands on some yardage, that's what was on sale this week. And then I didn't buy it. And then they said one left. So then I put it in my cart, and then I hemmed and hawed, and then it was sold. So just as well. But I'm thinking maybe make a little bedroom set for Lilith, like a little rug for her room, a little blankie, and maybe a pillowcase. So that's what I'm thinking with this. So I'm gonna set that aside. And then I keep looking around. I feel like I'm missing, I know I'm missing something. Hold please, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I think I got my ducks in a row now. So there was a sticker in with the Merry and Bright. I found that. So this is what happens when you have stuff everywhere. Like my room, I like things put away, and it's just kind of, I received a ton of floss, mostly DMC to start the projects that I showed you before. Here's 2 more. And I did make myself a card. I think I did. I'm sure I did. Somewhere I have a card, and I wrote a list. Yes, of the floss that I ordered, so I know which project it goes into. I hope I have a list. So I have a list. I'm going to get that all kitted up. My Maggie May animal crackers came. Not going to start this anytime soon, but I'm so happy because this is what I want to work on. Sorry, it's got quite the glare. I'll insert a picture of when I play this back. If it's too glary, I'll just insert a photo for you. And then a couple little things, and then a couple big things. So this is a little something. I thought this was unique. I saw it on her Flosstube. Carolyn Moore. And she had these. She was calling them quilters trading cards. So each card, this is series 1, features a different quilter. And on the back of the card is a simple pattern. And you know, cute. So we have beach balls, Irish chain, friendship stars. So if that's something that you would like, I mean, they were just a couple dollars. You might want to check it out. So there's that. I just thought it was just kitschy enough. And then the last item of haul that I want to show you is, this came today. This is an old stitching with the Housewives Seasons kit. And I picked this up because it was on sale. It's on markdown. And I wanted it so I could have the bag. It's a nice canvas bag. And I wanted the accoutrements. So let's see, I haven't opened it to look today. So here's the pattern, which I'm not going to stitch. So I'm just going to set that aside with my patterns when and if I ever start doing giveaways again. I've got quite the collection going. But I wanted the stuff. So here's the stuff. I've got a zipper pull or keychain. More Classic Colorworks floss, which I can never have too much of. And these are always like those colors that Chelsea and Priscilla and Chelsea always use: Black Coffee, Honeycomb, Little Sprout, Ribbon Red, Tea and Biscuits, and Tropical Paradise. So beautiful colors. A little piece of finishing fabric. And thin white pine 28 count even weave, which I have never stitched on. And so that would be something new for me to try. Because I stitch on Ada. So I think 28 count even weave, does that turn out to be the same as 14 count in size? So I don't know. It's a beautiful fabric. beautiful fabric. So that will go in my supplies of fabric to maybe try sometime. And then the last thing that I was kind of hunting for, I think I mentioned last time and I didn't find it, and then I paused tonight to go find it, is this. So this pattern here is the one that Abby and I are going to start next week. And this is going to be a quilt along by, let me tell you the name of the quilt shop. I joined their Facebook page and I'm still, I don't know if I'm pending or if I've been accepted. Let's take a look. It's So Sweet Quilt Shop. So Sweet Quilt Shop. Mother-daughter. And I apologize if I showed you this already, but I don't think I did. Anyway, so I guess I'm still pending. I don't know what the deal is with that. Maybe they have to properly vet me. But anyway, if you'd like to sew along, they're hosting this. I think it's pretty casual. I don't think there's anything formal going on. So Abby and I are going to do this. We agreed that we would start in June. And then this is all those fabrics I got in that quilt kit that I told you I wanted a bunch of reds. So these are going to be all my different strawberries. And if I need more different, like I wouldn't need more fabric, but if I needed some different prints to add in, I can add red in. I don't have any greens pulled yet for my tops, but this is the blue, and her and I are going to use the same blue. This is the wide back that I got in Joann's on sale, and I don't remember how many yards I bought, but I have a ton of it, and it's a wide back. And I think we need, it says we need 3 yards. I'm sure we have enough. 12 fat quarters for the strawberries, 8 fat quarters for the green, 3 yards for the background, 5 for backing, 5/8 for the binding. So I don't have the backing or the binding picked out, but that's an easy thing. So, designed by Elizabeth Hernandez, the Tipsy Needle Strawberry Patch Quilt Pattern, finishes 63 by 82. So I think I shared everything that I wanted to share with you guys. I appreciate you guys for stopping in and saying hi. I do hope that you have a great weekend. Like I said, today is Tuesday. This will go up Friday afternoon. I'm going to try and consistently set the schedule for when I do post a video to post it Friday afternoons and see how that works. I think part of, I don't have a system. I don't have a system in place. I'm just kind of willy-nilly. So I think I'm going to get a system in place and see if that keeps me more consistent with sharing with you guys. I've had a really great week visiting with you. My last video, I mean, my goodness, I had so many great conversations back and forth, learned so much about some of you. That was awesome and amazing. I need to do that more often, take the time to engage, because that is the whole purpose, is I wanted to engage and have fun. So thank you for that. What else? I don't know. I don't know if it'll be, I don't know if there'll be one next week. Probably, I don't know. It depends how much I get done. I want to make sure I always have something to share. And then I know in 2 weeks there won't be one because I'll be camping. We've had some busy times coming up. This is Steve's last full week of work. Not even a full week because Monday was a holiday. But anyway, I just want to say again, thank you so much. If you've made it this far, give me a like, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to leave me a comment. I love hearing all about the things that you are sewing, quilting, stitching, and just what's going on in your life. I really enjoy visiting with you. So talk to you soon. Bye.